The princess hugged him in the locker room. The Norwegian parliament suspended its session for him. 100,000 packed the palace square. They were all screaming the exact same name. What kind of player makes a losing nation go crazier than if they had actually won? The answer is Erling Haaland in 2026. Norway's last World Cup was back in 1998. Haaland wasn't even born back then. For 28 years, Norwegian football was practically invisible. Ask a casual fan to name a Norwegian player. They might struggle and just say Solskjaer, a legend from 30 long years ago. But ask anyone around the world right now, they will all give you just one name. June 21st, on the red steps of Times Square. It was packed with fans in red jerseys. They lined up, swinging their arms back and forth, using their scarves to mimic rowing a boat. All of Manhattan saw that sea of red. Parliament paused. Royals roared in their VIP box. All because they beat Senegal in the group stage. Before the game, Haaland and Odegaard made a promise. If they won, they'd row with the fans. At the final whistle, they skipped the locker room. They walked straight to the stands to row. Cameras from all over the world were rolling. Haaland later said, Times Square was just crazy. But the round of 16 was the real madness. Norway faced off against 5-time champions, Brazil. Nobody gave Norway a single chance to win. A team absent from the World Cup for 28 years. How could they possibly stand up to Brazil? But Erling Haaland simply refused to accept that. 2-1, Norway made history. Their first ever quarterfinal in team history. At the final whistle, all of Norway erupted. The princess went straight to the palace square, celebrating alongside 100,000 wild fans. 100,000 voices shouting the same sentence. The best player in the world is Haaland. Princess Ingrid Alexandra and Prince Sverre Magnus witnessed this absolute miracle from the stands. When Haaland smashed in that second goal, the princess's brown hair flew in the wind. After the match, she visited the locker room. Haaland had just showered and was completely shirtless. The princess walked up and gave him a hug. That single embrace sparked a massive national debate. Conservatives said a shirtless hug crossed the line. But most Norwegians thought it was totally fine. If you beat Brazil, you'd lose your mind too. And honestly, Haaland truly deserves all of this. Not just because of this one single game. On his Dortmund debut, down 1-3, he came on and played 23 minutes. He turned the game around completely, becoming the first to do so in Bundesliga history. In the Champions League against Leipzig, he scored 5 goals in just 3 games. At the U20 World Cup against Honduras, he scored 9 goals in a single match. Reporters asked him how he felt about it. He said, "I should have scored 10. Scoring only 9 is a bit disappointing." His first City season, 36 goals, breaking records. He led them straight to a historic treble. Before the World Cup, the qualifier against Israel, Norway had to win to reach the playoffs. Haaland scored twice in a 3-0 victory. For his country, 60 goals in 53 games. He reached 60 goals faster than Lionel Messi, taking 69 fewer games than the Argentine legend, and 76 fewer games than Cristiano Ronaldo. He scored in 14 consecutive national team games. But in the end, he didn't win at all. Norway fought to extra time but lost 2-1. Yet Haaland did not bow his head after. And the nation of Norway didn't blame him. The nation's leader posted a single powerful message. "You made us proud. That outweighs any trophy." 5 million people waited for 28 long years. They finally waited for a hero like Haaland. He didn't bring the golden trophy back home, but he made the world remember Norway's red. The rowing celebration right in Times Square. The princess hugging him in the locker room. 100,000 screaming at the palace square. These moments give you absolute goosebumps. They mean so much more than a championship. Some say failing to win means total failure. But Norway just showed the entire world something. Some heroes don't need to lift a trophy. Just standing on that pitch is enough. They are already the absolute glory of their nation.